start at the very top and then get more granular, depending on the channel. But I'll start with the overall metrics. So our business is in the business of finding leads. So similar to what Jarina had already said, we're B2B. That's what we're looking for. So we start at that level, understanding which platforms we're really measuring off of, what channel is it coming in from, and then what kind of content are they engaging with. When it goes further down, that's when we look at as well engagement metrics. So things like Jarina already mentioned, bounce rate, time on site, scroll depth is another one as well. Because as you're thinking about the content, like for instance, we have content that is extremely lengthy sometimes. Now, are they getting to the bottom where you might want them to take specific action, or perhaps you might have put a CTA there to drive them to another portion of the site if they're not ready to convert? We don't know that. So you have to track all of that to understand how are they engaging with your content. And then again, it kind of goes back to that testing philosophy where if you're seeing something that might not be what you're looking for, how do you then test and iterate to make sure that they're driving at the action that you're looking for? So I would say those are the key areas, at least from the page level. Another thing that we also do measure is from an organic level, the keyword volume that we are continuing to grow, and how does that then compare to our competitors? So if you look at the overall keyword set, how much do we rank for? How much do they rank for? And then just understand, are we continually growing it on a regular basis? Are any competitors outperforming us? And then where do we need to make sure that we're escalating our own efforts?
Very similar. You start with the goal, and then from there, we have all these different pieces of content that drive towards that. And all the different contents hit different things. So I think the easiest way I can explain this is just to give you an example. So, one, we have a goal of establishing Stepan as a premier sustainability partner for one of our market segments. So to do that, we need to let people know that this program exists or these initiatives exist. We need to educate them on how our initiatives align with theirs, and then ultimately drive them to selecting us as their sustainability partner of choice, right? So we have different assets for each of those different things. So assets that are designed to drive awareness or let people know about our initiatives or our program, we measure on impressions, play rates, email opens, pages views. Again, just very kind of top level eyeballs. And then as Snehal mentioned, the further down you get, it changes and it gets more granular. So for the education piece, we then look at, okay, for the people who watched it, how long did they engage with it? What's the engagement rate on that? How much of the video did they watch? Did they skim or read the email entirely? Did they click to read more? And when they did that, are they staying on and engaging with other content? Are they searching for other pieces? So we do have, we kind of build out these content flows, if you will. Hey, they come from an email, this is what they usually do. They come from an ad, this is what they usually do. So then we can go back and optimize those pieces. So very, very similar in that regard. And then, the last piece is that convergence. So depending on what it is, again, each asset has different things. It's either, you sign up for an event, you request to use one of our virtual laboratories, you request for help, or you watch recordings. So it's really bringing it across. So our measurement it really just aligns to what the goals that we have set out for that piece.